Let's look at this article, shall we? Let's see. What do we got? Deep dive is our future plans for armor. Armor has been a relatively unexciting reward for a few years now. You don't say. Introducing new properties to armor, changing how the stats work to make it easier to change armor around. Armor will be a more active, interesting part of build crafting. Stats will be reworked to be more impactful, less confusing, less constraining. Set bonuses will be introduced to give individual armor sets more unique identities and build crafting elements. So with this, I mean, I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but Bungie has done some armor set bonuses in the past in the seasoned artifact. The problem is that they've all been completely 100% worthless garbage. So if they continue down that road, then I'm not excited about this because they've all been worthless. Now, if they actually do something interesting with them, like they were kind of talking about during the stream where they were like, oh, Tex Mechanica weapons get this, or, you know, like whatever other examples they gave, then maybe I'm a little more interested. Most of the set bonuses they've done in the artifact have been like, 20% more currency from running the coil, or like whatever the hell it was. Like it was just stupid stuff that was irrelevant. So let's see. Shepard keeps Armor 2.0. Armor is settled into a relatively static part of the reward story. Once you have the right stat rolls, there's very little else to look forward to. And the intricate balance of stat values has a lock-in effect that makes it hard to want to swap anything out anyway. Yes, once you have the exact armor rolls that you're looking for, I mean, you could really use them for like multiple armor sets, right? Because most armor sets that you build are reusable across the classes. And most armor sets, like most builds, don't really demand more than, I would say, 2 configurations. You either have like a resilience, discipline, recovery, high stat setup, or you do resilience, discipline, strength. If you're a warlock, I mean, you basically just do recovery, resilience, discipline for like 99% of things. Maybe you have a strength setup, and then hunters is just kind of like high resilience, high discipline, high strength, and then as much as you can get in every other stat. Mobility for 2 out of the 3 classes is a dump stat. Intellect in PvE for all the classes is a complete dump stat, like completely irrelevant. So as soon as you get like some semblance of like a resilience discipline or a resilience strength setup, 2 to 3 sets at the most, and that covers 99% of your bases, right? And then you just never need to touch armor ever again. And then you add artifice on top of that. If you have artifice armor, then you really don't need to care about any other parts of armor in any other part of the game at all. You just don't. So stats on armor will be changing in order to make them more player friendly. First major change to the mechanics of the stats themselves. Stats effects will be no longer tiered after every 10 points. Every point in a stat will provide a benefit. This change is intended to reduce the lock-in effect that happens when a fine-tuned combination of stat values makes it feel impossible to switch out any single armor piece. I am a fan. I'm a fan of this. You know, there is something maybe a little novel about trying to get that perfect stat setup, but now that like we have tools like D2 Armor Picker or like DIMS Loadout Builder or like whatever the hell, you know, now that we have those tools to really just kind of do all the math for us, like, there's not really anything super novel. Like it's very satisfying to get it like right on the money. Otherwise, like most people are just not doing that at all. So I think this is good. Stat effects will be capped at 200 with the range from 101 to 200, providing an additional powerful effect building on the base effect, tended to support deeper investment in a smaller number of stats and spike your stat distributions in armor with fewer secondary dump stats. Yeah, so I saw like when they started talking about this, there were some people in the chat being like, "Why are they're getting rid of stats and blah blah blah." I'm like, you don't care about mobility, brother. You don't care about intellect, dude. What do you care? What do you care about them getting rid of intellect? No, not my intellect that I'm always trying to get the least amount of stats in. No, not my mobility that I never give a shit about. You know, it's probably going to be, I mean, I could even see a world where they get rid of resilience. Because everybody builds resilience. Everyone builds it. Everyone builds it to the maximum. What if they just say, F it, we're going to integrate, you know, the base effect of maxed out resilience into everybody, and we're just going to get rid of resilience? What if they do that? You know? I could see them doing something like that because everyone builds for it at the maximum anyway. Legendary armor will have a stat archetype which determines the primary and secondary stat types, with the third stat being a free roll. The value of these stats should overall be spikier, leading to fewer points in dump stats. The class slot will have full stat distributions on par with other slots. Okay. Armor tier brawler. Sorry, this is a little, I'll just leave it unzoomed for now. Chesty the chest armor. Okay. Armor tier brawler, armor mods, set bonus. Okay, brawler armor archetypes have extreme melee and other close range capabilities. Hand cannon loader, improved hand. Okay, fine. We got strength, intellect, discipline. We just going back to old school D1. Maybe. I mean, look, still work in progress. We're not gonna lock it in right now on this, but this is what it was like in D1. The D1 nostalgia lords. We're going back, bro. Yeah, this is just how it used to be. Although this is not as like spiky. It's like 30, 20, 10. But again, probably just an example. The result will be a small number of unique stats on any piece of armor with larger contributions to these stats, and every stat point providing a benefit should ultimately make every piece of armor more interesting and easier to evaluate. New stats. Some stats will be changing with 3 goals in mind. Improve specific weak stats, reduce or eliminate mandatory must-have stats, improve overall understandability of stats and their effects. Okay, discipline. From 1 to 100 provides increasing grenade cooldown reduction. From 101 to 200 provides an increasing chance to gain a bonus grenade charge whenever your grenade becomes available. Stat renamed to grenade to improve readability. I mean, you could have left it as discipline, but like, it's whatever. Strength looks like the same thing. Special ammo. From 1 to 100 increases the rate at which special ammo bricks drop from final blows. From 101 to 200 provides an increasing chance that a double-sized brick will drop. Special ammo stat? Still under active development. Here are some examples from work-in-progress designs which will eventually include most or all of the current stats found in armor. There's a special ammo stat now? Oh, yeah, here. Oh, right here. Mobility, resilience, recovery, intellect. No, this is your full stat build. Never mind. This is not the because I was like, you can't have 200 strength on one piece of armor, bro. Yes, sorry, the strength in this picture is at 200. Am I gonna have to refarm my armor? Here's what I predict Bungie will do. Obviously, they're probably gonna convert all of the armor that we currently have to this like updated system. Right? They're probably going to do something like that, where they're like, you can use your old armor, but like, I mean, look at this new stuff, man. You're gonna not get the armor? You're gonna not get it, bro? You're not gonna get the set bonuses? You're just gonna ride it out with the freaking Keitel armor that you farmed 4 years ago? Like, let's see here. Second major change is set bonuses. Think of them like an origin trait for armor, but 2-piece, 4-piece, blah, 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 boo. There's no 5-piece bonus because you usually use an exotic. That's fine. Although I think it'd be interesting to introduce like a 5-piece armor set bonus that is maybe on par with an exotic. I think that'd be kind of cool. Text mechanical. When shooting from the hip, you have increased movement speed and weapon handling. Effect increases when you score hits. Text mechanical weapons have increased range and accuracy when hip fired. Okay. Non-stop aggression. Final blows with freshly reloaded weapons heal you. Damaging a target with a shotgun or fusion rifle increases the damage it takes from those weapons for a short time. Okay. Direct hits with explosive weapons temporarily increase the reload speed. Repeated direct hits with explosive weapons temporarily increase grenade ability damage. Okay. Activating your grenade gives you and nearby allies damage resistance against combatants. Defeating champions with a finisher grants special ammo for you and your fire team. Okay, just some examples. Okay. I mean, these I feel like are some things that I could live without, but I'm thinking of the game like how it exists right now, where I'm just like, do I really want to destroy my entire armor setup so that I can get final blows with freshly reloaded weapons healing me? I mean, this sounds pretty good. Okay, reload speed. Okay, they do be sounding a little tame right now. Is it better than, you know, some of the set bonuses that they put in the artifact? Yes, the artifact ones were not good at all. This is a dumb change. We don't need this. Yeah. You know what I prefer instead of Bungie trying to do all of these things and all of this and all of this and all of this? Absolutely nothing at all. Yeah, I definitely prefer that. What happens to my old armor? Old legendary armor will be changed as little as possible, but because the change to stat mechanics and types are global changes, old armor pieces will have their stat types, but not their values, changed around. When possible, these changes will be to the most similar stat, but with some stats being fundamentally reworked, this won't always be possible. So this is like, I mean, it's basically them saying, hey, yeah, we're like, your old armor, it's going to be updated. But again, are you really going to use the old armor? Like, we're doing all this like new stuff with the set bonuses and, you know, we're going to update the stat rolls on future drops and so like, sure, you can stick with your old armor, but you're going to be watching a bunch of other people with like their shiny new effects, like go around doing cool stuff. So like, I don't know, like this is literally like, to me, this is just like hey, you do you, man. You do you. You want to just stick with your old stuff and not do anything? You do you, man. You do it. Right. You do it. Huge. The amount of people complaining that like they have to go grind again in a grind game is absolutely wild to me. You guys really don't want to get like new stuff? I swear, it's like people like max out their characters so they don't have to play the game anymore. Like what's the matter with you guys? Like, yes, I finally have all the things that I need for this build. Stops playing. Half my rewards are absolute ass. Bungie is trying to update that. Stop playing. What are you guys on, man? What are you guys freaking on, bro? That's how MMOs work. Dude, I am constantly upgrading my armor in WoW. What do you mean? I have to do like mythic rating, heroic rating in WoW to get to the highest effing tier stats. In Destiny, you grind duality for 1 day and you're set for life. What are we talking about? You have to upgrade your armor every expansion in WoW. You don't have to do that in Destiny. You get a bunch of 2,000 infusion fuel, you dump it in, and you're done. We work jobs, bro. We work jobs, bro. How are we supposed to play video games when I have a job, man? What do you want me to do? Play the game in order to play it? Go play AFK Arena or some shit, bro. What do you mean I gotta play the game in order to play the game? I don't want to play the game. I'm just trying to play the game out here, bro. What do you want me to do? Play the game? Can't believe I gotta play the game in order to play the game, bro. Again, like the Destiny players when you have to actually play Destiny meme, like, will live on for eternity. What do you want them to do? Absolutely nothing. People would literally rather just be like, hey, Bungie, instead of doing all of this, how about you guys just do nothing? Set bonuses, stat reworks, making things more interesting. How about instead of making things more interesting, Bungie, you did nothing at all. So that way I don't have to play your game anymore because I already have all the things that I want. How about instead you just do nothing, so that way I'll always be at 100% completion rate, and I won't ever have to actually play the game again. God, what a bunch of babies. You're a bunch of babies. You want to feel complete? Go play God of War. You want to feel complete? Go play a single-player game. Go play Elden Ring. The whole point of the game is about continuing the grind and getting new shit. Why are people being babies about Bungie trying to do things? Man, it's crazy. What about exotic armor? Updating exotic armor pursuit on our roadmap won't be a part of the initial update. That's focused on legendary armor, fine. Make sure the exotics, working on design that allow players to update their exotic armor to bring their stat bonuses in line with the changes. Okay, fine. Exotic class items are a special case. Even though legendary class items will be getting full random stats with this update, we don't want to add additional randomness to the exotic class item chase. Instead, it will be providing a method for players to update their existing class items with additional sets of their choosing to bring them in line with the stat combination of the new legendary. Okay, fine. That is fine. I think a lot of people would appreciate that. More details on the as we nail them down. Fine. My vault is full. Where am I supposed to store all this stuff? We know vault purchases is a real problem for many players, even with recent increases. Outside of adding more space, real solutions. Basically, we're working on it. That's what this last paragraph is. We're working on it. That's it. That's what this last thing is. Really, what you're supposed to be doing is deleting all your old armor that is probably not going to really be relevant because it's not going to have set bonuses on it, and you replace it with the new armor slowly over time. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to be doing, but people are not going to do that. Now, one thing I will say is that, do I think eventually we will run into a situation where we're at right now, where we have all of our brand new armor sets that will be fully concocted and the set bonuses are maxed out and blah, 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 blah. Do I think we'll hit that point where I'm not going to not care about armor anymore? Yeah, probably. I think there's some room for them to continue to make like new set bonuses every, how often they're going to make them? Every 6 months? Something like that. They're probably going to make new set bonuses. So I think they got to just make sure the set bonuses are some level of enticing. I think that's how you're going to get people to care about armor, maybe after the first 6 months to a year, something like that. So I do see a world where, eventually like you're going to cap out again, but like that's going to happen pretty much no matter what, because you can't just keep increasing the stat number to the point where like you can have, 100, 200 in every stat. Like that's just, not good for the game. To me, looks good. Why not just give us incentive to get new armor? It's right here. Here it is. It's called set bonuses. It's right here. Set bonuses. This is your incentive right here. Here's the incentive. You guys looking at the screen? Set bonuses. Set bonuses. I can't zoom in anymore. Hang on. Sorry. Set bow. It's going to take me 47 years to unzoom this. I'm interested. I have not had to care about new armor in... God, when did I farm my armor? I farmed my armor right before Lightfall. So I haven't had to care about armor since pre-Lightfall. And it's only pre-Lightfall because I didn't do it earlier. If I did it even earlier than that, it would be even earlier than that. And Lightfall came out, what, February 2023? So it's been over a year and a half since I've had to care about armor. So, like, half the loot game I have not had to care about in the slightest. So this, I'm excited about. I'm interested. I'm very interested in actually caring about armor sets again, in grinding out armor sets, in seeing, you know, how much these set bonuses are actually going to matter. Because again, like some of the things that we're seeing right now, there's a little tame. It's a little tame. Two pieces versus a 4-piece. You know, just seeing this right now, it's a little tame. So I'm waiting to see if they have any other bigger bonuses. You know, maybe some raid armor bonuses if those are needed. I think the big problem again is that I'm looking at this through the angle of the game as it is right now. Not that I think it's going to be significantly changed over the next year or anything. In the same way that I look at something like the Season of the Witch deck of cards from that you use in Savathun's Spire, right? Where it's just like, we are so strong already that, like, what is this really gonna do for me, right? Like, how much do I really need to care about direct hits with explosive weapons increasing their reload speed when I can hold down my grenade on a warlock and instantly destroy entire rooms of enemies, right? How much am I really going to need to care? So I think this will be as successful as the set bonuses are good. So far, these are a little underwhelming as set bonuses, right? I'm like, these feel like some of the new perks that Bungie, like Eddy Current, you know, which I know just got a buff or whatever. These feel like some of the new perks that Bungie has like tried to add in that aren't damage perks, right? Where it's like, I don't care because it's not damage, it's not reload, right? Yeah, I mean, obviously something like this is much more, you know, PvP focused, right? I want reasons to care about getting these bonuses in the same way that I wanted to care about the Season of the Witch deck of cards when I was in Savathun's Spire, because I just didn't. I didn't care. And that's what I'm a little nervous about with like the whole tonic system, although I did see that you can boost artifact perks. That's something that I care about a little bit more, right? Because initially I just thought like, oh, it's going to be plus 5% to get more currency or like whatever the hell, you know, but now that they're actually affecting somewhat significant things that we get in the season, which is the seasonal artifact or the episodic artifact, whatever we're calling it, the artifact, I'm like, oh, okay, little more enticing. There's a little more enticing to grab some of these tonics if these effects on the artifacts are, you know, substantial enough. So I would want to see substantial enough bonuses for me to care. Now, am I still going to take it over like what I have right now with the artifice armor that I have right now? Yeah. Am I going to grind it out? Yes, because these are probably going to have different stat distributions compared to the armor that we have now. And we'll be able to build towards this newer system with the newer armor drops compared to just like sticking with the armor from the past. I guess ultimately what I'm trying to say is like, I would prefer to have this over having nothing at all, because I don't care about armor right now. I would love a reason to care about armor again. This is at least pushing me in the direction of caring about armor again. That's really the main thing that I had a problem with, is I don't care about armor. Half of the loot drops that I get, I don't care about at all. And most weapons, don't really care about those either because of crafted. So this, I'm interested. I'm interested to see where this goes. The concept of set bonuses, just on its own, is interesting as long as they make them good. And then, you know, exotic armor, whatever, they'll update it, fine. So I'm interested, is what I'm trying to say. If people are out here bugging that they have to like go grind new items in the grind game, literally don't know what to tell you anymore. Don't know what to tell you. I don't know. Try something else. But I'm interested. I will say the special ammo stat, this is a little weird. This is weird. I don't know about this. I don't know how do I feel about the special ammo stat. I don't know. Because I feel like we already get a good amount of, like, if you know how to like rotate your weapons, like you're never really running into ammo problems. So this I would need to see in the context of the game as it is next year to see like how impactful this is actually going to be. This is just, I think it's because it's so foreign as like a stat. It's coming across as like special ammo stat. What the frick? Like, so this is just a little weird in the game right now. Double special is back. Yeah. We'll see.